Boys and girls, we are quickly approaching Halloween, and that means one thing: haunted houses and creepy creatures. So today we are going to be creating our own haunted house with some creepy creature friends, and we are also going to be adding a spooky atmosphere in the background of our haunted house. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to need is my paper, my pencil, and a pink art eraser. Do we all have those? Awesome. Go ahead and make sure that your paper is up and down like a tall building. And we're gonna start with a tall trapezoid shape. So that means I'm kind of making a rectangle that only has 3 sides and is a little bit thinner on the bottom. Can you do that and give me a silent thumbs up? Awesome. The next thing we're going to do is add the roof. I'm just going to start with a line that comes up toward the top. It's going to curve up to the top and then curve back over my other side here. So I'm going to start over to the side. I'm going to curve up to the top, and then I'm going to bring it back down to the other side. Thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. So this is our top roof. We're going to go ahead and add a lower roof that'll be over our front porch. So I'm going to come about halfway down my building, and I'm going to do a horizontal line that comes straight across and touches each line on the side of my house. Then I'm going to do a parallel line a little bit lower, but this one's going to be longer, and it's going to start on the outside of my house and go to the other side. Right about there. Can you do that and give me a silent thumbs up? Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my 2 parallel lines with a diagonal line. So I'm going to come from here straight down to the end of my longer line. Same thing on this side. And then I want to erase the lines of my house that are inside of my roof here. Silent thumbs up when you've erased the inside lines. Awesome. I'm going to do the same thing down here at the bottom of my house for the porch. So I'm going to do a parallel line, kind of like this one here. I'm going to do it below my house. It's going to come straight across. It's going to be longer than my house, and then I'm going to connect it to the house with those diagonal lines. Now this one doesn't have any inside lines, so we don't have to erase anything. To make our roof look a little bit more 3D and our porch look a little bit more 3D, I'm just going to add a long rectangle underneath of my roof that comes down and across and connects on the other side. I'm also going to do that down here on my porch. I'm going to come down on the side, across, and connect. Thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. If you want to go ahead and erase those little lines inside of our rectangle, you can. We don't need them. Okay, now we're going to start to add some more details to our house to make it look more like a house. So let's start with the front door. Down here, I'm going to do a taller rectangle for the front door. Don't forget to add a door handle. Thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. On top of my front door, I'm going to do a rounded window. So it's just going to be a half circle that comes up and around and connects to the other side. We all there? Awesome. Let's add some lines in our window. So I'm going to do a smaller half circle, and then I'm going to do 4 lines coming off of that half circle for the window pane part of our window. We all there? Awesome. Let's go ahead and add some tall windows on each side of our front door. So all I'm going to do is draw 2 taller rectangles, tall and skinny, 1 on each side. And then I'm going to add 1 line down the middle and 3 lines across, 1 at the top, 1 in the middle, 1 towards the bottom. Those are for the window panes. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Silent thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. Let's add some windows up here on the top of our house. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 2 squares at the top of the house here. I'm going to try and make them pretty even. And instead of doing crisscross lines like I did down here, I'm going to do 1 line down the middle of each square. And then I'm going to add some side-to-side lines to make these windows look like they have shutters. So I'm just going to do some quick lines that go side to side in each side of my window. Silent thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. We're going to add 1 more window, and that is up here where the attic would be. And this is actually going to be a diamond-shaped window. So this one's going to be a diamond shape, and I'm just going to do a big plus sign right in the middle for the window pane. Can you do that and give me a silent thumbs up? Awesome. Okay, we're almost done with our house. We have to add a few more details. First thing, we need to give our house a spooky chimney. So right off this side of our haunted house, boys and girls, I'm going to do a tall rectangle that has 3 sides. I'm then going to do a skinny long rectangle on top. And then I'm going to make it look like my chimney is made out of bricks. So to do that, I'm going to do 4 side-to-side lines across my chimney. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we all there? Awesome. Now I'm going to alternate with up and down lines. I'm going to do 2 up and down lines in the first section. Then I'm going to do 1 right in the middle of the next section. Then I'm going to do the same thing I did in my first one with 2 lines. Then 1, and then 2 again. So it's just a pattern to make it look like it's made out of bricks. Silent thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. The next set of details is we're going to make our roof and our porch look like they're made out of some old rickety wood. So for the roof, I'm going to start with some lines that come down from the top of our roof to the bottom, and they're going to kind of follow the shape of the roof. Try and evenly space them out and bring them all the way down. Thumbs up when you got that. Awesome. And then in every other wood panel, I'm going to just do a zigzagged line, kind of like a jaggedy line, to make it look like the wood is a little bit cracked in some areas. Thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. Down here on my porch, instead of going up and down with my lines, I'm actually going to go side to side. So I'm just going to follow my horizontal line that I already drew. And I'm going to do about 3 more side to side lines. Thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. Now for these jaggedy zigzag lines, instead of going side to side, I am going to go up and down, and I'm going to do one every so often to make it look like my porch is kind of falling apart here. thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. Now right now, our house is kind of just floating in midair. There's no way to get up to it. There's no ground. So we need to add a little bit of stability to our house. First thing is we're gonna add 2 rectangles on each side of our porch so that it has something to stand up on. Then we're gonna add some steps. So right in the middle here, underneath of my porch, I'm going to do a small side-to-side rectangle. Then just like we did our porch and our roof, I'm going to draw another horizontal line that's a little bit longer. And I'm going to connect my 2 with a diagonal line. Then I'm going to do 1 more rectangle underneath. Then I'm going to do a wavy line from the step to the bottom of my paper. This is going to be my sidewalk. Thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. So we have the structure of our house done, but it's still just floating in midair. So over here on this side of our paper, let's do a curved line from the side of our paper into our house here and then stop. Thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. We're going to continue that curved line over here, but I'm going to bring it over and then I'm going to create a wavy line that comes down off the bottom of our paper. So I'm going to curve out and then I'm just going to do a few waves and then bring it down off of the bottom. We're going to make this look like our house is sitting on a cliff. We all there? Awesome. So from each bump here, I'm going to draw a straight line that comes down until I run into the next bump. Same thing, right underneath of my bump, I'm going to draw a line down till I run into my next bump. And same thing here, right under my bump, draw a line down. This is the edge of our cliff. Silent thumbs up when you got it. Awesome. Okay. Next thing, let's make our house look super old and creaky. So what I'm gonna do is, in my windows down here, I'm just gonna add some zigzag lines to make it look like my windows are broken. I'm also going to add some up here in this window to make it look like it's kind of broken and cracked. Same thing up here in my attic window. I'm going to add some zigzag lines to make it look cracked and broken. Then I'm just going to add a few more cracks up here on my house. Maybe just a couple down here. Silent thumbs up when you're done adding the cracks. Awesome. Okay, boys and girls, our house is complete. Next, we need to add some creepy creatures to our house to make it really spooky. So, using that creepy creature guide, you're gonna go ahead and choose a few of these creepy creatures. You're going to add them to your house. Now, as you can see on my example here, I added some bats in the background. I added a ghost. Frankenstein's over here. Dracula is poking out from beside my house. Frankenstein's poking out from behind this side of my house. I have some gravestones. Okay, so I want you to add a few creepy creatures with your pencil, and then give me a silent thumbs up. While I'm doing this, I am not going to color anything in with my pencil. Anything that I want to be black, I'm going to color in later with my Sharpie. Okay, so now I have everything drawn in pencil. The next thing we need to do is go ahead and trace over all of our pencil lines with a Sharpie. Now, we have two different Sharpies here. We have a thick Sharpie and a thin Sharpie. I'm gonna outline all of the big stuff with my thick Sharpie. But as for my little details, like my cracks, my details in my characters, my letters, things that are just way too small for my big Sharpie, I'm gonna make sure I do those with my small Sharpie. I'm also gonna color anything in that I want to be black. So my bats, I'm gonna color in with my Sharpie. My ghost face, I'm gonna color in with my Sharpie. Any big things that you perhaps want to be black, like maybe you want to color the door black, we'll wait to do that. But any small things that you want to be all black, like any features in the face, any bats, any details that are smaller than your finger, those can be colored in with a Sharpie. Anything bigger that has to do with the house, or if I wanted to color my witch's dress black, I would wait and do that in the next step. Anything small that's black, colored in with the Sharpie. Anything small, any small details that are too small for your big Sharpie, make sure you're tracing those with your small Sharpie.